and then I'll send this to you when we're done. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Vince with Listings to Leads, and yeah, we do a whole lot of things here for real estate marketing. I think the things that I'd like you to remember are that we focus on social media and capturing leads from social media. And we also have a whole stack of tools to market your open houses and a bunch of tools to help you get more listings. So, and whether you have listings or you don't have listings, we have tools to help you get either buyers or sellers. So let's log into my account and kind of look at that. Now, you each should be able to log into your own account. I'll go look at it after this call today. If you haven't logged in, I'm going to send you kind of a reminder and welcome email. And I'll also be sending this call to Renee. And you can look at this and you'll look at the other tutorials on there, and that'll help you get an idea around of our system. This video here, I would recommend that you log in and watch these quick little tutorials. We're adding more functionality to our system almost every week, and some of the things that we've been adding are really powerful, whether you want buyers or sellers. But this is kind of the immediate kind of wizard that you set up. There are two things I'd like you to make sure that you do. Connect over here to set up auto posting. And what that's going to do is that's going to take you, when you click that, that's going to take you to a page that shows, connect to your Facebook, your Twitter, and LinkedIn. Even if you don't use all these, go get your passwords and connect to them. And we're going to basically auto post your listings to those platforms, and we put our landing pages behind it. I'll show you what that looks like in a couple minutes. And so these are free. They don't cost anything to do this, but also the landing pages capture leads and send people back, right? And that's if you want more contact information, you want to talk to more people, that's a great way to do it.
Hey, Vincent, real quick, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because right now, the account that we have, do we have access to the full-blown system, or are we on a pared down type service?
You have everything that we have.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, there's nothing pared down about this. And like I was saying, there's going to be some new added features and things that we just added in the past week that you probably don't even know about that are super powerful. And so I would take the time to get into this. I can tell you, I've had clients grow, from like rookie green agents from doing 5 million a year to 20 million a year, doing 2 hours of work a week in listings to leads, and telling us 80% of their business has come from our platform. So there's good reason to just invest to understand what this can do. There are two main sections that I want you to be familiar with, though. The listing section, which is right here. If you have your own listings, you can, they should sweep in here automatically, right? Now I'll dive into this and show you what you do on this page. If you don't have your own listings and you can borrow a listing, you can grab an active listing right here. So if you have the permission to use somebody's listing, just type in the zip code, type in the MLS ID, and then say it's not your listing and click grab, and we'll pull it in and it will be right here. Now you see I have a bunch of listings at different statuses: in contract, sold, active. I could have just listed as well. The thing I want you to know is at this point is early stage listings like coming soon, just listed, open house, the call to actions are designed to get buyers. If a property is sold or under contract or pending, the call to actions are designed to get sellers. So it's kind of smart to say, hey, I'm going to market my home early, maybe once, maybe when it's just listed, maybe when it's open house, but definitely market it when it's sold, and maybe do it when it's pending or under contract. These are all opportunities to use the same listing to get both buyer and seller leads. So we'll dive into this in a few minutes. Did you have a question there? Somebody have a question?
Sorry, can you run through that again? What we need to do to get listings again?
Well, if you have your own listings and they're not in your account, they should be right here on this listings page, just like mine. I would recommend that you hit the support page, okay, which is right here, and say, hey, I have an active listing on 123 Main Street, right here in this box. and we'll go look for it, and we'll put in the code so that we can auto sweep your listings going forward. That's the way to do it, okay? Now, if you don't have listings, you're gonna borrow a listing, go to the listings page and click on add listing and do a grab listing here, right? And that way you're gonna borrow somebody's listing, and that's how you do that. There's also the option of manually doing it. So if you want to do like a property that's coming soon, it's not going to be anywhere where we can see it. So when you click manual, we're just asking for, we'll see it here, just a couple of basic, fields, and then add like one photo. Go take a photo with your smartphone, and there you go. However you get the listing in, whether you do it manually, you grab it, or it's coming in from a feed, it's going to be sitting right here. And I'll show you. Yeah. Did you have a question?
Green button on here.
Yeah, we need to try to make our screen bigger, sorry.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and do that. Maybe you're not seeing it as I'm clicking on it.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so at the top of the listings page is an add listing button, and that's where the options of grab or manual are there, right? There's also this other section of ads, and this is actually becoming, it's incredibly powerful. If you don't know this, in real estate advertising, Facebook is an incredible place to get buyers. It's an okay place to get sellers. We have better ways of getting sellers than Facebook ads, but Facebook ads are easy and cheap. So when you come to this Facebook page the first time, you're going to be able to click a button that will be right here. It won't look like this because this is connected to my account. There'll be this big button that says connect to Facebook. And when you click it, it's going to take you to Facebook, and it's going to say continue as you and your personal name. Okay. So in that case, you'll say yes. And the next page will say, great, what business pages do you want to reflect? And this could be obviously your real estate business page. And I would definitely, by all means, be doing that, because once you've done that, these three buttons are going to appear. Create a listing ad, create a landing page ad, and create a PDF report ad. So let's start at the left with a listing ad. So whether you borrowed it, whether it's coming soon, meaning whether you grabbed it or you did it manually or it came in from the feed, it's going to be sitting here as an option. Now I've got one home that has an open house. I'm going to choose the property there. I'm going to leave this default setting for lead ads. What lead ads means is we're going to get pre-populated phone number, email, and name on every lead. Click create ad. And this takes us to a place where if you've ever touched Facebook ads, you might start to recognize some of the software here, right? So we've actually got Facebook software embedded here, but instead of having 3 pages of nonsense that you got to click through, we've got one button that you got to click, publish.
So is the only 2 ad categories that you're running right now are lead ads and traffic?
Yes. Well, our clients are interested in capturing contact information, and lead ads is the best way.
Right, I get that. Yeah, no, I was just, what other type of lead categories?
There are things like conversion.
Right.
Conversion broke with the new Apple ISO upgrade. So
Yeah.
that's kind of dead in the water. So if it's dead in the water, we're not going to have it. You can also do impressions, but if you want to do impressions, you could do it inside the Facebook platform. Impressions don't capture leads, they build your brand, right? So you see here, it's sponsored by Listings to Leads. If I run a $35 ad, which is the default setting, 2,000 to 3,000 people are going to see that, and they're going to see it sponsored by your business page. If you wanted to use impressions inside of Facebook, maybe 5,000 would see it, but you wouldn't capture any leads. In our system, we leave it on lead forms. $35, you can expect 20 to 30 plus leads with phone numbers. And so it's, as you can see, it's very easy to do. To go run a lead ad in Facebook would take us 10 minutes. To do it here, I choose my property and I click publish. There are some things though that you can customize. Like this is all default language that we put here. Most of our clients just run with that. But let's say you want to click advanced options, and you can say about this house, great schools. because you want people to know that, or there might be something, that's smarter than that. But that's where advanced options come in, right? But very simply, we're auto-populating the city. We're putting a $35 budget for 7 days, and all you got to do to run an ad is click publish. That ad will be seen by 2,000 to 3,000 people. So your brand gets picked up by 2,000 to 3,000 people. You're going to pick up 20 to 30 plus leads.
We have a question real quick.
Yeah.
What was your question?
You adjust the budget up.
Yes. We got the answer. Now on the location,
Yeah.
is that something you can enter? Is that something that comes from your profile?
It's coming from the city that the home is in. Now you can add locations, like, there are people down in Florida that like to market in Chicago, right? Because they want to sell their condos to people living in the snow in the winter. So you can add cities right here, right?
Okay.
You see how I did that?
Yeah.
But typically, if this city is in any town, it's going to be right there. You might just want to expand the radius a bit, 30, 45 miles.
Right. If it's a small, remote city, rural city.
Yeah. 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 So in case you don't know, let me take us over to Facebook, because you may not know where these things actually go. I think. What's that?
Well, I mean, I don't know who all's on the call. I don't know if Samin's running any ads, but we run a lot of ads through Facebook and
Oh, you do. Okay. So then you know where they're going. Okay. Because they're going right here. This is a picture of my dog playing in my house.
but not everybody.
That's
That's
a really simple way to do it.
Me and Jennifer
yeah. So this is good. It seems like it's a lot easier way to populate the lead or the ad information through this system.
Definitely. Because there's a lot, there are 3 pages of things to click on in Facebook. And if you don't hit them all correctly, you might not get any leads at all. You might not even get your ad approved. But yeah, so where you see these things right here in the middle, that's where your ad sits. And where it says like comments and share down here, there's going to be a button that says, learn more. And that's where a form pops up with their whoever clicks learn more, a form pops up and says, do you need more information? It says yes, but their name, phone number, and email are sitting in that form pre-populated. So this is an awesome way of capturing contact information. Now, this is an open house. I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you something, for those of you that want listings. If you want listing leads, market a home when it's sold. So I'm going to go create listing ad. Give me a second. I don't know what's taking so long. But we should basically be able to run a listing ad. Let me do this again. What's the problem here? Let me make sure. Do I have my camera on? That would seem to be a problem this morning. Stop sharing my webcam. Yeah. So we're going to create a listing ad, but this time I'm going to choose a property that's sold. Okay. So just the same way as I did for an open house, I'm clicking sold. I'm leaving it on lead ads because I want the phone numbers pre-populated, and I'm going to click create an ad. Now, when we look at the right side where the ad is, it's saying that's sold and that's going to affect your home value. Click below or text that number because I'm using our text service, and you're going to get your free home value, right? So homes that are later stage, pending, in contract, and sold all have call to actions to get more listing leads. But there's something really cool here that we just added, and that's under advanced options. When you click advanced options, and right now you only need to do this when you are selling a home or when you want listing leads. Click create form, click form questions, and add this question: what's your time frame to sell? because now you're going to know 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, or over 6 months. And that should should be an indicator of how quickly you need to get moving to get those people, because if they say 1 to 3 months, you need to reach out pretty quick to close that. And then of course you can customize stuff like that, don't they?
So so if the listing is not sold, does it go to a just listed then?
Well, whenever a listing hits our system, it usually comes in just listed. Okay. So
I tried to do a listing ad, and with one of my listings, now it's still actually it's canceled now, but it didn't do the.
Do you see this button right here? I'm clicking. There's a column here that says status. And oftentimes when your homes go pending or into contract or sold, we can't see them. The MLS just stops delivering data to us.
Okay.
So take a second, change it to sold or pending, and then you can run the ad in the way I was just showing you. Okay. Now back on the ads tab, and just jump in if you got questions. You guys sound like you're getting that. There's another really important part here, which is PDF report ads. And if you click on that, you're going to see that there are 50 PDF reports. You, as the agent, are branded on every page of every one of those reports, and your office logo is there as well. There are 25 for sellers, and there are 25 for buyers. So if you want to talk to buyers, just click on those and choose any of these and click create an ad. I'm going to go do one for sellers. Create an ad for the 12 mistakes to avoid when selling a home. And when you do that, it takes us right over here to the Facebook page. Now this time you got to type in a city, right? Because it doesn't. There's not a city in the that we're pulling from on a listing like we were before. You'll also know that this has a $50 budget. Now you're welcome to change that, but if you're getting leads from Facebook, on average, they cost about $1 for buyer leads, and on average, they're about $5 for seller leads. So we put a budget of $50 for 7 days. You can change the schedule, and you can just publish, right? You would expect if leads are about $5, and I don't know exactly in your area, it's actually not the same price throughout the country. But you would expect around 10 leads, right? Maybe 7, maybe 12. But I definitely recommend if you're doing this, when somebody clicks learn more here, they got to give up their name, phone number, and email. And then we give them a link to download this report. So you don't even have to touch it. You're just going to have a lead knowing that they have this report. And if you click advanced options over here and you choose this question about how quickly do you want to move, you might have that answer as well, right? So definitely if you're trying to get listing leads, I recommend at least asking this question: what's your time frame to sell, right? And that's kind of it on the ad section. There is a section to create landing page ads. We do create 3 landing pages for you. They're in your account already on the landing page section. And let's see here, it's slowing down on me again. The one thing about that though is the number one landing page that agents want to run ads on is the home value, right? Like, what is your home worth, right? That makes sense. And had we been talking like 4 years ago, this would be the number one thing I would be jumping up and down about for you to be doing to get listing leads. But a lot has changed. Facebook's gotten itself in a fair amount of trouble. And so you don't have the ability to target the way you used to in Facebook. And so what that means is you can still run these ads. And I do recommend running one ad like this at least once or twice a month, because it's going to be sponsored by you, right? Not listings to leads. And it's going to, 2,000-3,000 people are going to see that, and they can see that you can offer them a home value. The problem is that you cannot target directly in a particular area anymore. You can't target on title or net worth or income or anything like that. So these really become problematic. You can't do that in Facebook anymore. This is just a bit of a shotgun approach when you need a rifle approach for getting listing leads. So, but there are some cool landing page ads that I do recommend that you run. And here, let's see here if it's going to open up or give me this grief again. You can run an ad. We do have, like I said, we have 3 landing pages ready for you. One of them is new construction. And new construction is obviously for a certain kind of buyer looking for a brand new home. And if you're an area where there are new developments happening, and you want to market that, that page is already built for you. What's going on? Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I tried to create it and it basically timed out on me.
Yeah. So we have down payer assistance landing page and new construction. And you just choose that, create an ad, type in the name of your town. And you could add something like, you might say, hey, you know what? There's a new development down in this city. Click here to find out more about it, right? So there's also, since we're doing landing page, I just want to point out, there is your whole landing page section that you can create all kinds of landing pages. You'll see that I have many of them. I have one here for, actually, it's a Toll Brothers element, right? And so if you're able to get video content, you can snap in the back of your landing pages, and then run an ad and drive people to these pages if you want, right? And so there's a lot of, you might focus on horse properties, you might focus on a particular neighborhood, or golf course properties, things like that. That's when landing pages can be really effective because it's speaking to a certain sort of niche of buyers. It's not effective to say, hey, I want to see all, sign up for a free list of homes in Dallas, because nobody's going to fill that out anymore. But you can also create up here unlimited landing pages for Property Valuation Plus. That's our home value page, right? And you definitely want that if you're trying to get listings in more than one town, right? Most people are trying to build listings in 4 or 5 different towns. So I've got one here actually in Release Valley, and Release Valley is this super sweet town in the town that I live in, which is Lafayette, right? And there's really only one road to get in there. There is a back road like miles down the road, but there's one road to get into this area from Lafayette, and at that corner is a swim club. And so on this home value page, I've got a picture from that swim club. So if you know this swim club, you definitely know Release Valley. And so if you're going to create a home value page, add a photograph to make people know that you know their area, right? Because you're asking for something online, or maybe you're going to print something. Let me show you this. I have one here for Oakland, and I've got a picture, from Jack London Square, right? And so obviously you know Oakland if you know this part of town, right? But there's also in here on the landing pages, if you want more, click edit on any landing page. If you want another way to get listing leads, go to advanced options inside the back of a home valuation page, right? And you will see that there is print marketing, and there's a really cool letter that you can edit here. There's a pencil, but you can download it, and it basically is like a home sold report on one page. So let's look at it. It should be downloaded here. And it's pretty simple, right? It's not like, high tech or algorithms or nothing like that. Go edit this, add some stats of like, hey, 50 homes sold in Oakland last week, and that makes it 400 for the year. The high's about here, the median's here, and this and that. Just a couple lines here, update this, because then it says that affected your home value. So go to this website to get your free home value, right? Not many people are going to do that, right? Who's going to go take a physical piece of paper that you mailed to them or door knock to them, and take it to their computer and type that in. Only people who are very seriously interested in their home value because they're thinking of selling. And that's why these print letters are the strongest lead capture for listing leads that turn into listing contracts. You know, I think a lot of people think that taking an ad for on Facebook of home values, sorry, I clicked on the wrong button there, and running that on Facebook is the way to get listing leads. It is a way to capture addresses and email addresses. It's not a way to get listing contracts. The top way is actually under the listing section. So let's go back to the listing section and let's talk about that. Let me see here. So I've got this open house here. I'm going to click on market listing. And I am going to, once we get to market listing, you'll notice the first thing it does is it says, run an ad on Facebook. So you can run your ad on Facebook right here, right? And that's, you know how easy that is. But also there's this social media post. So we also do social media posts automatically. I mentioned that at the beginning of the call, right? And sorry, my phone is ringing. So social media auto post means let's post things to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Let listings to leads do it for you automatically. And let's look at what it looks like on LinkedIn. You'll see it very quickly. Give us 1 second. Boy, my whole internet's going slow. So this is LinkedIn, and this is a post on my profile that says I got an open house, right? And it's got emojis and hashtags, which we should all put on everything because we want people to slow down, look at our stuff, but we do it automatically. But if somebody clicks on this post, and this post goes to Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, we drive them to this page, right? Which is what we call a listing landing page. And it's high level. It's just telling you there's an open house. If you want information, you got to click this button. So what happens when you click that button? It grabs their name and email of whoever clicked it, delivers it to you, and then we drop them on the single property website that we created automatically for your listing. Okay. And so you can share the single property website if you want, but if you want leads, definitely get that listing landing page out there. And you can do it manually because we email it to you. Just open it up and click the share buttons, or you can let us do it for you automatically. Okay. Now on this page, there's also tools for your sellers. And I recommend that you use these tools because they're really great for getting leads and referrals, because you're meant to forward this email and ask them to put this information, it's in the instructions, to put that on their Facebook wall, not on yours. I just showed you the social media posts that are for your Facebook wall. But if you want referrals, those referrals are going to come from your clients' friends and family and colleagues. And you know where your clients, friends, and family and colleagues are sharing pictures of each other and their kids and their vacations, everything they eat and all that, and their pets on Facebook. So if you're using this tool, they're going to tell their friends that you are their realtor. And if you capture a lead, you're capturing a lead from somebody who is, you know, connected to your current client. I mentioned earlier, we create single property websites, virtual tours. We've got great postcard designs that capture both buyer and seller leads on the same postcard. If you got an open house, go in, save the open house. We're going to email you a stack of tools to generate the leads before, after, and during the open house. This is a sign-in form. If you get the Wi-Fi of the house, open up your laptop or your iPad, have this sitting there and say, hey, after you've seen the home, please give us your feedback. We've got an online page right there. If they fill this out, we're going to send them a mobile optimized single property website of the home. There's lead capture on that too. but you're going to have all their contact information. Instead of asking them to put their name on a little notebook, it's going to give you an electronic lead. Another tool that's on the listings thing is the nearby homeowner letter. And this is the top tool, the #1 tool for listing leads that turn into listing contracts. I showed you a similar one on the back of the home valuation page, but this is the one that more of our clients use because it's very simple. If you have a listing and you want more listings in that neighborhood, get this letter. And the simplest way is print up 50, 100, 200 and door knock, right? It says, hey, we've got an open house this weekend. Thought you'd want to know, right? Take this.
I'm sorry, what was this called again?
This is called the nearby homeowner letter. It's the 5th down when you get on the market listings page.
Oh, good, market listings.
Yeah. But so obviously people can take and go find out information about the home, but it also says when it's sold, it will affect your home value. And so there will be people that click this or not click it, but they'll type that in. And those are people that actually live in the neighborhood because you door knocked it. You can also mail it, right? Now mailing is more expensive, but it saves you time. But I do want to share with you a little bit about that because that is something that a lot of our clients do. Let me get to our mastermind group. This is a private group on Facebook. It's for our clients only. And Renee, are you in this group yet? Well, let's just say the answer is no. Then
She said,
oh, did she say yes? I didn't hear her.
No, she said no.
I said no, sorry.
Okay, so you should each go to the support page down here on the bottom of the navigation bar and just say, hey, would you add me to the mastermind group? And we'll get you in. And then, boy, okay, here we go. And I would recommend a couple of things. I would recommend, especially if you want listings, to click the magnifying glass that I just clicked. I really need to restart this. What in the world? Sorry, guys. I think I need to restart my computer. It's just acting like an old dog here. Look at this name, Chris Winstead. Now, Chris is using that letter. I'm going to tell you a story about him. He came in here last summer in the middle of COVID lockdowns and says, hey, I've been using that letter and I've got 5 listings in 3 months in my own neighborhood. Okay. Now, what's interesting is he just moved to that. He just moved there from out of state. He's a realtor. He had to get obviously registered in San Antonio, Texas, but he didn't, he didn't have any name in this area. He did yeah.
Antonio, okay.
So I'm going to show you what he did. And if you can apply this, this is a really awesome working model. He took that letter, this letter right here, and he was borrowing listings because he didn't have any because he moved to the area, so he was borrowing from his office. And he would send it out every 2 weeks to people, to his neighbors that owned homes for more than 5 years. Okay. So he got that from like a lender partner, or you can get it from Remine or whatever. There are places to get that kind of data, right? Once they opt in on the home value page, meaning once they took that piece of paper and went to their own computer and went to that thing and gave me their contact info, I hit them up every week with phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, and letters left at the door.
So did he mail that, or did he walk and drop it off, door knock it?
He mailed that. He mailed that. Yeah. If you want to see an example of what happens when one of our clients door knocks it, this lady's name is Michelle, but she goes by Cheyenne Lake, Michelle Lake. Yeah, she door knocked 200 homes, which that's a long day. But she got 4 listings out of dropping that letter off to 200 homes in a neighborhood. And obviously, for a day's work to pick up 4 listings, that's a good day's work.
Yeah.
I would tell you, if you're interested in using this, to look up the name Alicia Pless. And you'll see that Alicia says every time I mail this, I'm getting more listings. And she's shown us what a lot of our clients realize is make sure it doesn't look like bulk mail. She's got these weird, lime green things and banana yellow envelopes. It's because if it looks like junk mail, it doesn't get opened, right? She also came in here in summer of last year and said, today I'm getting my third listing in 6 months in the same subdivision, right? That subdivision only had 50 homes. And she pulled 3 listings in 6 months out of it. This is a very, very useful tool if you want more listings. And I'll give you one more example of this one, because I think a lot of realtors, they want more listings in their business. Dustin came here and said, hey, everybody, this is the highest ROI in our business. He took that letter, he stuffed it into 250 envelopes with a little one-page calendar of, him and his wife. And then he made a one-page thing of his Zillow reviews, and he puts it in 250 homes, 250 envelopes, and mails it first class to 250 homes for $625, which is kind of a lot of money. But he pulled 10 listings from that one mailing with an average commission of $17,000. Now, this is in the Maryland area, like southeast of Washington, D.C. So, these are maybe expensive homes. But that letter continually there's only 2 people in the 11 years that we've been doing this that have told me that doesn't work. And they're smart. They were good agents. One was in Palm Springs, and the other was in Wayne, Pennsylvania. I think it was Wayne, like east, like an hour east, an hour west of Philadelphia. And I think what spoke to me in both of those is those are really competitive markets, and they were not getting their things. It was just not working for them. For most of our clients, it works incredibly well. One more thing I recommend. Use that magnifying glass and you type in the words recorded webinar. And I do live training for our clients twice a week, and we put it in here every week, and it says, it always has the words recorded webinar so you can find out what's going on. Like I said earlier when we got on this call, we're adding new tools. We're adding new tools like right away. And we just added new tools. I just showed you a couple just now on the Facebook ad, the ability to add better questions so that you can know the quality of that lead.
So before we move on to the next thing, so go over that again. How do we get added to the Facebook group?
Go into your account, listings to leads,
Yeah.
go to support, which is down,
Okay.
and there's a big box right here. Put in any question.
Oh, okay. Just type that. Add me to the group.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please add me to the mastermind group, and they will do that. Yeah. But that's kind of it. There's the listing side. There are more tools, but I think, your head's probably spinning from what I'm saying now. Every tool that we create captures leads. We auto post virtual tours to YouTube, right? There's a landing page in the description. Somebody clicks on that, it's going to capture a lead and bring them back. You can create unlimited landing pages. You'll see here we've got bots. I wouldn't get too worried about bots. Nobody is telling me this.
Yeah, I'm very interested in bots because I use ManyChat.
Yeah.
So if I use this, it's going to disconnect my ManyChat, I would assume, correct?
I don't know. Yeah. We have. Yeah.
When I look
Go ahead.
in this, when I was looking at it, you got to go through the same process of basically you got to tell Facebook you're going to be chatting with them via a different method.
Yeah.
And I assume you can only have one method. So I would assume.
I don't know. Maybe you can have 2 and you just can alternate, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So I'm very interested in that because ManyChat right now is not costing me too much, and I've invested a ton of time in it.
Yeah.
But
for you, I would tell you this. There's a page down here that says tutorials, and
Yeah.
type in the word bots, and you'll see our tutorials it has. So these bots work in tandem with Facebook Ad Messenger, which is a smart way of running ads. And they work for both buyers and for sellers. They're different dialogues.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the next one. The other one, next one I'm very interested in as well.
Which is follow-ups.
Virtual meeting.
Yeah. So
Hold on one second.
Doing a virtual meeting, saying, we're going to meet with on whatever date, invite people to a virtual meeting, and then if you see anybody got what the
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll explain.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. So the next tab down is follow-ups. This is about to be launched.
Okay.
And let me ask you, are you guys all working with the same CRM, or do you have CRMs?
Yes, we are working with the same CRM, Top Producer.
Okay. Okay. Now, I've known Top Producer for a long time. So since we're talking about that,
Not all of us.
what's that?
I said not all of us are the top producers.
Are you using a CRM, Sameen?
Say that again.
Are you using a CRM?
In zip form, all my contacts are in zip forms.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So I've never heard of Zip Forms. I have heard of Top Producer. I just want to point out there is an API for Top Producer. So when you go to your profile, if you click that, you can kind of connect Top Producer there so that your leads automatically go there. Okay.
Right.
Now Zip Form I don't know about.
Zip Forms is not really a CRM.
Yeah.
We're able to capture clients in there. It's a tool that we use for writing our contracts.
Got it.
So when you add a person onto a contract, that adds them to that.
Yeah. Yeah. So this here is follow-ups, and this is going to be, so there are CRMs out there in the world, like Top Producer, like Lion Desk, Follow-Up Boss, and Follow-Up Boss is a great one, but there are newer CRMs that have more technology
For a while.
and that kind of technology we are developing ourselves. So I recommend that you come to Follow-Ups here and you join the beta team. That I already joined it, so I'm waiting for us to push it. And this will be a very robust way of converting leads, which, short story, is multiple touches very quickly on your behalf to get them to start engaging with you. We've been doing this for 11 years. We are, I think, the #1 company to capture the volume of leads in all of this industry. People don't know about us because we're just the worst at advertising, but our name of, the word of mouth is everybody loves what we're doing, especially for the cost. So turn this on, because we're now turning the corner to say we're going to get more involved in converting these leads so that our clients have more business, then our business even grows even faster. The other things here, lead link. What's that?
I joined it and it says, thanks for joining the wait list.
That's right. We're still dotting some I's and crossing some T's, but that's almost live. There's one thing that you could add, either at the agent level or at the office level, and that's text IVR. And text IVR, it sort of gives a unique code to every one of your listings. And when I mentioned auto posting that gets up on social media and it's automatically there and you don't have to do it. If you're using our text, we're putting that there. A lot of agents like to use this with sign writers, right? So if you do put sign writers and you think they're important in your business, it might be nice to have a sign writer that says, hey, for instant information, use this QR code or text this number to that. And that works really well. So that's available. You can sign up at the agent level, or we have an office plan as well.
Yeah, but it looks like it costs you money when you do that.
Well, it costs to be using it, yeah. So for an agent, let's just say you as one agent, you wanted it would be like $10 a month, and you get 10 codes, and those codes stay with you. And then you can print them on sign writers, and you can rotate them because you sell a property and you got a new one, so you can always use.
Okay, this is text. Send a text to this 5-digit code.
Yes.
That's what. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things that I want to mention. I know Zillow is a bad word, but if you have reviews on Zillow, you can check this box and we'll auto sweep your reviews onto the single property websites, virtual tours, and other landing pages. The home valuation landing pages will have your reviews. That way they understand a little bit more about you. There's a lead gen signature. It'll have all your favorite lead links. It'll have your logo and your contact info, and you can copy and embed it inside of your email. Just go to your settings and that will be your signature. The nice thing is that all of these links that I'm hovering over, these are direct links. They can be direct links to your website. They can be direct links to our landing pages. You control those, and you control those links on this tab here that says lead links. And you'll notice that I have a number of lead links created, and we'll wait till we get there. If you have lead links created and they are checked, like mine are checked in blue, that means they are going to be default links on all of your tools, including the lead gen signature that we were just looking at. So there's a whole lot to unpack there. Are there any questions?
What is your recommendation to get started? First steps.
First steps, go to the Get Started page.
I don't want to waste my time.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna get started. You finish all these things right here.
Yeah, the first thing I want everybody to do is to set up auto posting, right? That's right here. And then go right over here to your ads page. And when you come to ads page, it's going to look a lot like that set up auto posting. It's going to tell you connect to your Facebook account. Do that, okay? And then once you've done that, it's going to tell you turn on retargeting. Turn on retargeting. This is an important thing. And after that, your listings should be in your account already. If they're not in there and you have active listings, ping our support team and we'll connect that up. But I think they would already be in there for you. At that point, your listings are here. Your social media auto posting is turned on. I want to just sort of go on the market listing and point out that we have these tools ranked on their importance. So run your ad, that's number one. Social media auto post is number two. Share the social media, e-flyer to your seller, the nearby homeowner letter, and e-flyer to your database. I would use these all. All of these tools are all emailed to you. The nearby homeowner letter is not. But if you want your business to grow, use these 5 things on every one of your listings when they're just listed, when they're open house, and when they're sold. If you want more, share the single property website, share the virtual tour, right? If you can also, if you're doing open houses, do the open house. But that's what you need to do. These top 5 to 6 items here on every listing, every few times, okay? And get over here and run ads. Now, this is an important part because there are some of you that run ads and there are some of you that don't run ads. And I would at least like you to understand my view on what every agent should be doing with Facebook. We were already going to assume that we've been creating, we've connected your Facebook account. Everybody in real estate, when I talk to people, and I talk to a lot of people, if they're brand new and green and they have no business, this is what I'm telling them. Run one $20 ad every week for 4 days on a listing. So come right here, create a listing ad. You can even borrow the listing and run a $20 ad. Doesn't matter what status, just listed, active, open house, sold, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's going to get you buyer seller leads. But here it's under contract, so it's saying like $50. Change it to $30. If you're looking for listings, change it to $30. This is the minimum. And it's giving me grief because Facebook wants $5 a day. So if I change it to fewer days, they're cool with that. So, but remember, this property is under contract. The seller leads cost about $5. I'm only going to get 6 leads from this, but there'll be seller leads with phone numbers. So, okay. So run one ad on any property every week for 4 days, 20 or $30, right? Then run one ad on a PDF report or on a landing page every week as well. So that's 2 ads. You can change this up, spend $20 or $30 here. Spend $50 a week, split on 2 ads, do it every week. Your business page, right? Your business page, remember, is sponsoring every one of these ads. If you're spending $200 a month spread out on 8 ads, your business page will be seen 15 to 20,000 times. I don't think your business page is seen 10 times a month, right? Unless it's by you checking it out, because people don't go check out your business page. But now they're going to see that you're sponsoring your 15 to 20,000 people are going to see it every month by spending $200 a month. You're also going to pick up 150 to 250 leads every month for that same money. So I don't know where you get better branding or lead capture than Facebook by spending money. There are a lot of ways that I've shown you here today that you can capture leads for free, right? You could door knock. You could do just free social media auto post. You don't have to pay for ads at all. But if you're trying to grow your business, those top 5 things on the listing marketing checklist are very valuable, and running 8 ads a month is awesome for your brand and lead capture. That would be,
So Vincent,
yeah.
if we're running ads already in Facebook,
Yeah.
is there a way, do we have to recreate those ads through listings to leads, or is there a way for this system to go in there and?
No, if you created an ad, just let it run. It's going to expire in no more than 30 days, right? If you need to replace ads, I would replace them from here.
Yeah, I think we have a couple ads that are running perpetually,
Really?
never ending.
Do you get leads from them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of wild. We have clients that have told us that anything that runs longer than 4 days just stops generating leads, but I've never heard of an unending ad, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I think we're getting we're primarily their buyer leads or buyer ads. We're getting about $2 a lead right now.
Oh, that's okay. That's a little bit high, but okay.
Yeah, it is. Ever since Facebook changed stuff, it's really killed our. We had it down almost less than $1 at one point.
Try running some listing ads, because I've had clients in the past 60 days tell us they're getting leads for 35 cents, buyer leads with phone numbers.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a Facebook for my business.
Yes.
And I put, when I sell a house, I said, seller's review, this or that.
Yeah.
So where should I go from that point to what you are saying?
Well, come to this ads page, connect your Facebook ad account. There'll be one big button here and it'll walk you right through it. And then go here to create a listing ad. And when your property is sold, like this one, click it, click create ad.
Okay.
And where right now, it's going sponsored by listings to leads. Yours is going to be sponsored by your business page. Now, what you're doing is you're actually putting it on your business page, right?
Correct. Yes.
So this is not going on your business page. It's going out to everybody in your target, which is probably going to be 15 miles within the city that the property's in. Does that make sense?
Do I choose that 15 miles or automatically it's going to go to 15 miles?
The minimum is 15 miles. You can expand it to 30 miles if you were, or even 50 miles if you want. But if it's sold properties that you're talking about, I want you to take the extra step of clicking advanced options, create the form, and ask this question. Because these ads are offering, when it's sold, we're offering a free home value. You want to know what is your time frame to sell. Okay. Now,
Alright.
that gets out for everybody that's not on your business page. That's just everybody that lives within 15 miles, right? But if you want to, if you turned on social media auto posting, like I was saying, you know, earlier, like that's the first thing you got to do is turn on social media auto posting. When you move your property to sold right here, like I've got one sold here, when you click on market listing here, if you got social media auto posting turned on, you will recognize that we auto post it to your business page, which is what you're doing. So you're physically sending it to your business page, whereas I'm doing it automatically, right? And mine looks like this. So we kind of saw one earlier. Let's look at it again, because now this property is sold. So a big question that I would have for you is, do you get listing leads from that activity that you're doing, right?
I don't think so, because I usually go to my Instagram and put it there, and then automatically it brings it to my Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I stop right there, because when it says, you know, this many people have seen it, I don't know where to go after that, where to look at that point.
I'll show you something. When we
Okay.
auto post to Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, and when you run an ad, not a post on Instagram, there's always something behind it. So this was automatically done. It would be automatically on your business page. But when I click on it, it drives us to a landing page that says that home is sold, and that's going to affect your home value. So get your free home value right here. Because we're not trying to get buyers after you sold your home. We're trying to get sellers, right? So that is happening automatically because I turned on social media auto posting. Okay?
I guess. I have to do it to make sure I know what I'm doing.
If you need help, ask our support team, but let me talk a little bit about Facebook. And this is something that pretty much nobody knows. Facebook became a publicly traded company some years ago. And when they did, they had to start making money. And when that happened, they started charging us. They actually switched their business model on realtors. They used to say, hey, create your business page, and everybody that likes it will see everything you put on it, right? That makes sense. So he's like, oh, go follow my page, And that was cool until Facebook went public. And they're like, oh, you know what? We're not going to do that anymore. If you want people to see your posts, you got to boost it, right? This is our public business page. So I've been telling you to join the private one. You can follow this too. It's easy. You just go there, find it on, and you can join it. But I want to show you, we have over 13,000 people that follow this page. Okay? And we don't get organic traffic. 13,000 people do not see any of our posts, right? And that's because that's not Facebook's business. Their business is, hey, can we boost this? Can you give us some money? And then we'll show it to 2,000 or 3,000 people. That's what Facebook is doing today, right? So I really think auto posting is great. It covers what you're trying to do. You just want to get it out there and tell people I sold a home. But I want you guys to all understand, only 5% of the people who like your business page are going to see anything you put on there. You might want to go look on your business page and look at how many people are actually following it. Most realtors have 100 or 200 people following it. So that means 5 or 10 people are going to see your posts, even if you do them by hand. That's why ads are so much more powerful, because you put 20 bucks on an ad, 2,000 to 3,000 people are going to see that. You're going to get a bunch of leads. You're not getting those kinds of leads from posting on your Facebook business page. That's just.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions?
So when you're doing that post to social,
Yeah.
or what, let's see, how did I do that? So I say social media post, I pull it up and it says choose tool. I say listing landing tool. How do I actually create the post?
Well, did you turn on social media auto posting already?
I would assume I did.
If you did, there should be a button over here that says push post. You shouldn't need to choose the tool here. There are two options of tools. Based on what your status is of the property, we're going to prompt you to the tool that gets the better leads, the most leads. But there should
It might be still active. So it says for sale in Dallas, and then it has.
Yeah.
You know,
If it's for
well,
sale, I would suggest you use a listing landing page because that gets more leads. And then I think if you click share, or there should be a button that says push post. I actually don't like this version very much. There should be a button that says push post if you have social media auto posting turned on. And then
must not.
yeah, and that will put all the emojis and hashtags, and it'll pre-write everything, so you don't have to write it, right? Otherwise, you can click here, and you got to write everything and add your emojis and your hashtags and stuff like that.
Okay, and that's in the profile.
Yeah,
where I would set that up.
it says auto posting. Yeah, if we go to profile,
Okay.
It's right up there.
Oh, it says.
I have a question. You've got up there Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Do you not connect to Instagram also?
We're working on that right now. They just released that API not even 2 months ago.
Okay.
So keep an eye on the mastermind group and you'll know when that goes live.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Well,
Just time to play.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have some
He's recording this, right?
time to play with it. And you're gonna send me a recording of this, right?
yeah, I will get this to you later today or tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for your time. And let us know how we can help you. Our support team is awesome. If you got
Thanks.
questions, they answer them really quickly.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's really easy for you to make a Facebook. Well, you want to put 6% of stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Give me the last time.
It's a central place where you can create your info, and then it's dispersed out to all the different social
Why would
media.
you not turn on the auto social whatever?
Yeah, and mine was